What up, my people, and welcome back to the National Review, powered by Football University. I am your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo. Check this out. I want to extend a congratulations to each and every one of our student athletes who signed your national letter of intent over the span of the last few days. Very happy that the game of football is helping to open doors for you in the game of life. It starts by putting one foot in front of the next, though, practicing, getting better each and every offseason. That said, FBU camps are upon us right now. We're taking our tour across the nation. Last week we were in Texas. This week it's down to the Sunshine State. We're visiting Florida. Our guests today include Damon Ratcliffe, Team Director of FBU National Champions at the 6th and 7th grade level. Of course, I'm talking about Team Tampa. He'll be joining us momentarily, as well as FBU freshman All-American alums Christian Miller, as well as Blake Folks. Downtown Freddie Brown, Player Development Director for the All-American Games, is waiting for me on line one. But before we get to him, check out Florida's top 5. I want you to see this. Mark Richards, Noah Kane, Akeem Dent, running back Trey Sanders, weak side defensive end Nolan Smith. Had an opportunity to kick it with both Smith and Sanders for just a few moments down in San Antonio at the All-American Bowl. Both phenomenal student athletes. Their game speaks for itself, but what you may not know, they're also both very high character, very good young men. Shout out to them. Freddie Brown, welcome to the review, bro. Look, check this out. Each of those 5 young men, they have the potential of being not only the top 5 in the state of Florida, but also the top 5 in the nation by the time it's all said and done. You and I were talking offline, and you were telling me how college coaches, of course, check out Florida first before they go to any other state. What I want to know from you is, what makes the Florida student athlete so special, bro? Is it merely genetics? Or is it because they have the opportunity and they take advantage of the opportunity of training all year round?
I don't think it's all genetics, but I do think that is a part of it. They have a great brand of player in Florida. They run well, but I think it's more of opportunity, right? So there's tremendous opportunity there to 7-on-7 to throw all types of training facilities that are there. Several of the parks, they have a park system where we used to parks and recreational type, get a little, just kind of the kids run and have fun. But down there, the park system is very organized, especially when it comes to football. And so most of your talent that comes out of Florida goes through a park system, they call it the parks. And different parks have obviously different age groups of kids that play, but that park system sets up the grassroots effort for football, and they are able to train for free and run and catch and throw, and all the NFL guys that make it come back through that park system, and allows those kids to be trained at a very early age. And as you know, in Florida, you can train year round. So those are some factors I feel like that make them different. Not necessarily the genetics of it, but the entire piece of how they do their system in Florida.
FBU Camp in Central Florida coming up in April. Freddie, everybody wants to be a 5-star, right? And as we look at the state of Florida, there are a ton of 5-stars there, 4 stars, 3 stars as well. We know that takes talent. We know that takes speed, it takes quickness, all of the measurables. But talk to me about why it's also just as important to have that technique and that understanding of the game to back that up.
Well, I've always said that you can, as a parent, as a coach, you can yell, go faster, run harder, watch Jimmy. But, you can do all those things. But if your technique is not on point, it's not really going to matter that you run faster, you try harder, or you watch Jimmy, because Jimmy's technique is better than yours. So what we tend to think at FBU is that, talent plus technique beat talent alone. So you have to really work at all the technical points of growing your position, because as you move up in football, that next guy, he's going to be talented too, right? So equal talent, the one with the best technique will win, for sure.
Maximizing potential, bro. Talent plus technique beats talent alone. April the 7th and the 8th, Central Florida, Kissimmee to be exact. That's where the FBU camp is going down. Freddie, for anyone who has not attended a camp before, what should the parents as well as the student athletes anticipate from that FBU camp?
Well, there's several things for both the student and the parent. What we try to do is we want the parent to leave informed about the process of recruiting, the grade situation, how that kids will build a profile to get recognized, how that child will have an opportunity to move forward within our system in terms of being selected for Top Gun, which is in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So he would have to be in that top 40%, 4 out of 10, get invited. So he has to come in and be ready to compete. From a player standpoint, there's some pieces that we use. There's the curriculum. The curriculum there is very, very good, very, very organized camp. We build the kid up. There's 20 hours of instruction. There's a lot of work to be done in those 2 days. And so we run it just like an NFL minicamp. And of course, you have the NFL talent coaching the kids. So there's lots of 7-on-7, lots of one-on-ones, lots of individual training with the NFL coach. That makes our camp different.
Central Florida, April 7th and 8th, FBU Camp. Freddie Brown, I see you down there, bro.
We'll see you then, Chad. Thank you.
Player Development Director Freddie Brown. That's my dude right there. Y'all check him out. Coming up on the review, we've got FBU Camp Top Gun and freshman All-American Bowl alum Christian Miller joining the show. And we're going to ask Damon Ratcliffe if Team Tampa has what it takes to knock off Dade again next year. It's the review.
Drive home safely. See you next season. American Bowl is brought to you by Football University. FBU, bringing former NFL coaches and players from all around the country.
April the 7th and the 8th, that's FBU Camp in Central Florida. Listen, I say this every week. I care deeply about the success that our student athletes have on the field. After all, it could lead to scholarship opportunities for them and open up doors. I care even more, though, about who they are and what they are off the field, because the character that they present will not only take them places, but also keep them there for the rest of them lives. A young man that embodies exactly what I'm speaking about. This young man hailing from Hilton Head High School in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Welcome into the review, my man, Christian Miller. Christian, you and I, we've had the opportunity to communicate and to talk about topics that are far larger than football offline. In my opinion, as talented as you are on the field, you are even more special, if that's possible, off of the gridiron. What I want to ask you first is, to what do you attribute the young man that you are and that you undoubtedly will be?
Well, I'm hardworking, and my parents instilled in me at a young age that just to be respectful in all situations, and if you do good will follow that.
And to that point, bro, I mean, you and I, we have spoken about the similarities in our upbringing, albeit our loving mothers, our military fathers. In your own words, what has having that kind of support system, what has that meant to you as a young man?
Oh, it's very important. My dad and my mom were always on me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, no, ma'am. No, sir. It's just how I grew up.
You and me both, bro. Those few words, that respect that you show individuals, bro, I swear to you, that's going to take you anywhere you want to go in life. Want to go ahead and take it back to the football field. You are an FBU freshman All-American, again, big-time student athlete. As you look at your own game, what do you feel as though are your strengths?
My strengths are my field awareness and just be able to get the job done. Whatever coach you need me on, I'm there, and I'm pretty much that go-to guy.
Zero argument from me there, bro. Listen, again, I've watched your tape. You have an exorbitant amount of talent. You have an exorbitant amount of ability as well. You also have the technique to back it up, though. You're a Top Gun alum. You're an FBU Camp alum. How did those experiences help take your game to an even greater level?
When I went to the FBU Camp, I was trained by some former NFL players, even more so Justin Miller. He's a phenomenal DB coach, and he worked on me redirecting the receivers and my feet work and things like that.
Brother, you are deep in the game. Like I said, FBU Camp, Top Gun, Freshman All-American. You are following the path to a T. Beyond that, though, bro, you're also a leader. People look up to you out there. I believe in legacy. So what I want to know is, if someone were to ask you, would you recommend FBU Camp? And if so, why?
Oh, I would so 100%. And if any football player that is trying to get better, the level of intensity is high, and I think any football player would want that. And it truly shows where you're good at and where you need to improve.
That's my dude right there. That's my man 50 grand, Christian Miller from Hilton Head High School in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Thank you for joining the review, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Freshman All-American Bowl, it is a great experience. We play it down in Naples now, same week as the FBU National Championship. This past season in 2017, winning it at the 6th and 7th grade level was Team Tampa. Joining me as a guest now, Damon Ratcliffe, team director of that squad, letting me know how they shocked the world. Coach, less than 2 months ago, you all put Tampa on the map from a football perspective, kind of in a way that it hadn't been before. Previous to that, the road to the championship, at least in Florida, ran through South Florida. Those times have changed now. Tampa, Team Tampa, I should say, 2 FBU national championships, both at the 6th grade and the 7th grade level. What I want to ask you is, now that it's all said and done, now that we can look back at it, what did it take, not only from you, but from your coaches, from your parents, and from your community to make that accomplishment a possibility?
Well, first of all, we just had to find the right mix of kids and get the community on board, the different teams in the area to, send out their best. And they did. And the coaches, they did what they had been doing all along. But when you get the best of the best that came out like they did and were smart enough to pick up a system and 2 days a week practicing for a few weeks, they were able to pick it up. Once they did, it was hard to stop. So just coming together and these kids just showing what they're made of and how we do it down here in Tampa, that was the key.
Dominant performances on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Check this out though. I know that you all have no interest whatsoever of being a one-hit wonder. You didn't want to do it this year and then not be in the mix again. So how does this team build upon what it did last year, get back out there with an opportunity of winning 2, maybe even 3 FBU national championships in 2018?
Well, it's a tough tournament, and anything can happen. We've seen that with our 7th grade team this year being 19 points down to a team that hands down could have won that tournament if they win that game. But what needs to happen now is, they focus, they regroup. These kids go and work on their craft and get better, and the coaches do the same thing. And then we come back next year and try to do it again. It's going to be even tougher next year now that Broward's back in, and we have to climb that. But, we'll take it one game at a time, one day at a time, and we'll see what the cards hold. But I don't see us. These kids are hungry now. They see what hard work gets them and where it can take them, and they want even more.
I was just speaking to Freddie Brown about what makes student athletes in Florida so special, albeit the talent is through the roof, bro, but also you all's desire, you all's willingness to work at your game year round. No off seasons. FBU Camp, Central Florida, April the 7th and the 8th. In your opinion, bro, what can your student athletes garner? What can they learn? How can they take advantage of opportunities such as this?
Well, it's just getting out there and putting yourself around other talent. And once kids at this level, they put themselves in that kind of situations, they rise up and they want to be on that level of those other kids and show that, hey, I'm good at this. I'm good at this too. So that competition aspect of it, getting out there and not getting outworked when you're out of pads. So when you get in pads, you're not going to get outworked. And that's what we do down here. Not that they don't do it all, everywhere else in the country. But these kids down here, they're hungry and they want it. So we get them in these camps and we get them out around other talented kids, and they just rise up.
I'm telling you, Coach, well, you all certainly rose up in the 2017 FBU National Championship Tournament. No reason to believe that you won't do it again. Thank you very much for joining the review, bro.
No doubt, man. You have a great one.
Damon Ratcliffe, that's my dude. Team Tampa. I got to tell you, bro, such tremendous community down there, such tremendous support, such tremendous love for the kids, for the student athletes. Can't wait to reunite with my people. What's better than having one FBU Freshman All-American on the review? How about two? Blake Folks, he's been watching my blind side all show long, and he joins the review next.
1, 2, 3, FBU, I want to find out how good I am. Yes, sir! If you relax, you get blown out. Let's get it done! Let's get it done!
What can you take advantage of right now?
Again, come on. I can push myself way beyond what you think.
Pressure technique. Bring it back.
FBU Camp, Top Gun, Freshman All-American Bowl, National Combine, All-American Bowl. We like to call that the path, and our next guest is matriculating down it quite nicely. He'll be attending FBU Camp again this year in Texas, hailing from Brownsville. My main man, Mr. Blake Folks. Blake, you are the epitome of what it means to be an FBU alum. I appreciate you for that. I know you do as well. You're getting better. You followed the path to a T. FBU Camp, Top Gun, Freshman All-American already. In your opinion, what have been the best parts about your experience thus far?
The best thing, I think, is the coaching. The coaching at the FBU Regional Camps and Top Gun, and especially at the All-American game, was phenomenal. It's not comparable to any other camp. And another thing that I like about FBU is the film that they do. They record you when you're practicing and when you're one-on-ones. So not only do you get critiqued in person while you're doing the drills and you're doing the one-on-ones, but you can watch the film and you can see your mistakes, and that really helps me because I'm more of a visual person than just a listener. So watching the film really helps me improve my technique and just get better.
FBU Camp, get better here. Couldn't agree with you more, bro. I believe that classroom portion is paramount to everything that it is that we do at FBU Camps. Really allows for student athletes to hammer home that learning that they receive from the NFL coaches. Check this out. You mentioned it yourself. Top Gun. Best of the best. All doing battle down there in Rock Hill, South Carolina. You went through that. Talk to me about that experience.
The coaching there was even better than coaching at the regional camps. And the experience at Top Gun was it was phenomenal. It was great because not only did it boost myself up knowing that I can compete with the best of the best in the nation, but seeing other people and being able to connect with other people that have the same passion and desire that I do and take football as seriously as I do, really, it just boosts you up.
Still sharp and still, my brother. Look, your commitment to getting better is obviously working, man. I have watched your tape, love what it is that you do. Tell me, in your opinion, what is the best part of your game?
My best part of my game is probably my head. I watch a lot of film, so I know almost exactly what my opponent's going to do that week. I spend maybe 5-6 hours a week watching that one player. So that really helps me, and also my quickness. I believe I'm a lot quicker than most other offensive tackles out there. I have really good feet, and I can really get off the ball really quickly.
Do you see how impressive this young man is, bro? I swear, you're like the Peyton Manning of offensive linemen out there.
Yes, sir.
All of your skill, all of your smarts, all of your efforts, what you did at FBU Camp, what you did at Top Gun, what you did on the field at your high school, all of these things earned you, because it wasn't given, they earned you the opportunity to be named an FBU Freshman All-American. Take me through that day. What did earning those honors, what did they mean to you?
Not only did it humble me, knowing that I was one of the top players in the nation, but it was an individual goal for myself that set last year. When I first got into the FBU program, I had said that I always wanted to be a freshman All-American. And once I achieved that, I knew that I got where I wanted to be, and then now I just need to work harder and harder, and one day I could possibly be a U.S. Army All-American. And I know that being a freshman All-American going to set me on the right path. I just need to keep my head straight and keep working.
Bro, you are absolutely on the path for the National Combine, bro. You are on the radar for the All-American Bowl. Blake Folks, you, sir, are a tremendous young man, great student athlete. Thank you for joining the review.
Yes, sir.
That's going to do it for today's show. Special thanks again to my main man Blake Folks, Christian Miller, Damon Ratcliffe of Team Tampa, and Downtown Freddie Brown. I am your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo. I'll see you next week. Happy birthday, Mom.